All right, so we have some updates on the Charlie Kirk assassin, and it's been a lot of it is tied to gaming culture and gaming tools, and a lot of the ways that we communicate on a day-to-day basis, or at least how I used to communicate. We do have a Discord, but we do not use it very much at all. I don't even know if our Discord is really active. If you do still watch the show and you do use Discord, we'd prefer you not. We have our a new set of a new communication tool. It's called Side Scrollers Plus, which we'd prefer you guys to join us over there. With that said, Discord has been a very big piece of discussion over the last couple days, in how the assassin of Charlie Kirk relayed to some of his transgender friends on Discord that he more or less confessed allegedly to doing this. This is all alleged right now. It's all a big thing, and we want to make sure we're clear on that. But first and foremost, we have Kash Patel of the FBI going on Fox News last night and sharing this specifically with one of the messages that came out of a text that the shooter had right here.
We've collected information where, through witness interviews from the FBI and local law enforcement, that he essentially admitted after the shooting and assassination of Charlie Kirk, the suspect admitted to it. Furthermore, the evidence and information will come out. I won't stylize the evidence. The Attorney General is absolutely right. We can't do that. But I will say what was found in terms of information, a text message exchange, where the suspect specifically stated that he had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and he was going to do that. And when he was asked why, he said some hatred cannot be negotiated with. So
a lot of irony right there, obviously, where the logic here was that Charlie Kirk was so hateful. He maybe, hey, we've heard this over and over again. If you had a chance to kill Hitler, wouldn't you do it? Wouldn't you do it? You would just wonder if that programming played a role in all this. Cecil, it's your first time on the show since all this has happened. Give us your thoughts.
It's a really tough subject, and one thing that really frustrates me is because I'll talk about politics because I'm here, but I usually avoid it on my personal stuff, my personal channel and whatnot, because people don't come to me. When they come to my channel, when they come to my Discord or whatever, they're not coming there for my political takes. They're coming there to escape all of that. Mm-hmm. And I do absolutely think that there is a place for both. I think there is a place for open discourse to be talking about this sort of thing. But I also think that because of the fact that it is so just constantly pushed in our faces at all times, that we need to have places to escape to. We need to go to places where it's like, hey, let's just talk about video games. Let's just talk about movies. Let's talk about whatever, just anything to kind of get away from that. So I have a very hard line on my Discord where it's just no politics. And unfortunately, some of that was violated last week, and I had to kill an entire channel because of that, because it was just turning into like a political mess. And I'm like, no, this isn't what this is about. But anyway, last week I saw somebody, and I'm going to try to paraphrase this. They said this much more eloquently than I could, that when Charlie Kirk was shot, they said that there was an invisible line in the sand that they didn't even know existed that had been crossed. And he said the last time that he felt that was 9/11. Now, obviously not equating the two, that, one is, I mean, they're both horrible tragedies, but one obviously is just, changed the course of history, so to speak, in the country. But this is also big. This is an assassination of not a political figure, of a guy who was going around and was talking to college students and was changing minds. And I think that part of the sadness of this is what his mission goal was. It wasn't to change people's minds, on the, it's not 100%, you're wrong. Like, there were times where someone did present him with information and he changed his opinion as well. So the thing that drove me nuts about this was they were all saying he's out there and he's spreading hate and he's doing this and that. And there was nothing stopping someone from the other side to go out there and do the exact same thing, only present their politics. Hey, if you feel this strongly about that, why don't you go out there and start going from college to college and presenting your opinion and your facts and whatnot? And then maybe at some point, you and Charlie Kirk could have come together and could have had a civil debate, and there would, not saying that one side would win, one side would lose, but maybe you would come to a better understanding of that. And I think that that's really what's missing right now, is we have so many people that are angry on both sides, and they're not even entirely sure what they're angry about. And it sucks. And I hate being in the middle of this. I hate that there was a time when everybody got along. And I understand there's always going to be disagreements. There's always going to be moments where we just cannot agree on something. But at the end of the day, we could usually agree to disagree. I have friends of mine that are all over the political spectrum, but at the end of the day, we're still friends. And it's like, you know what? Maybe now's not the time to talk about politics. Maybe we don't get into that. But I would say to them, but in the case of what's going on in the country right now, I think that we really need, unfortunately, to talk about politics. And if I'm talking about politics, we have really gone far into that end.
We're here because no one talked about politics. It'd be my response to that. No one talked about it ever.
Well, I think I said this the other day, right? Like I'm just as culpable as everybody else, right? When you point the finger at people, I am quintessentially the problem. I have been in the past. Hey, you do you, man. You just do you. I'm totally cool. Like, and we're just going to slowly degrade. As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're doing it, you do it in your privacy of your house, and as long as you don't do it, then, hey, I was part of the problem, right? And I think you're right, Cecil. There has been a line that is crossed. And for some people, this is their 9/11. Literally, they weren't alive for 9/11, right? Mm-hmm. So this is a catastrophic event that has changed people, a lot of people, to their core, to the point to where it has motivated people. And once again, I think that's the biggest thing here is you've seen a lot of people who are motivated by their anger. But what do you do with it? And we've preached this consistently since last week. This all happened. You can't go out and do bad things. You got to use your anger for good. And I think that's what we're trying to do here on the show. And ultimately, that's the difference between us and them. This person was angry, so they wanted to solve it with violence. We are here trying to solve with art and media and alternatives. But going on to the next thing here, going back to Discord, apparently what happened was, this is from Connor Tomlinson over on X. He says, Discord needs to be subpoenaed. 3 days ago, they said Tyler Robinson didn't use their platform to plan the assassination of Charlie Kirk. But the Washington Post just published Robinson's messages to a group chat where he confesses to killing Kirk. In the course of our investigation, we identified Discord, a Discord account associated with the subject, but have found no evidence that the suspect planned in the incident or promoted violence on Discord. That's what Discord said on September 12th. They had a chance. They had access to his logs. So
I'm sorry. Am I looking at the right thing? Is this the same article?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay,
yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm reading down
sorry
here.
about that.
Anyways, over here, this is what this person allegedly said on Discord. Hey guys, I have bad news for you all. It was me at UVU yesterday. I'm sorry for all this. And so, I mean, it's more or less, if it's his account, obviously you can put things together. You could hypothetically say somebody hacked his account, went in and made this. So they need to cross all the T's, dot all the I's, but you more or less have a confession at this point from the person to his friend group on Discord. Going on to the next group here. This actually happened this morning here. And go ahead and share my screen, Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, just keep things going. This was this morning. They were talking about Discord and kind of the assassination itself and the communication here. And this was when Patel was being questioned during this morning.
FBI investigating the Kirk assassination as part of this broader pattern of anti-religious, anti-Christian violence.
We are investigating Charlie's assassination fully and completely and running out every lead related to any allegation of broader violence. And we're producing results on that we'll disclose when appropriate.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let me just ask you a few questions about that, if I could. Sure. Reports have suggested that the FBI is investigating a broader network of groups that may have had some knowledge of the shooter's plans. Can you give us any details on that, following up what you've already said in public? How's the FBI working to find other potential accomplices, folks who may have known about the shooter's plans, folks who may have encouraged him? Any update on any of that?
So in terms of what we do for an interrogation perspective, we go and reach out to the family and community immediately. And we've conducted those investigations and interrogations with local law enforcement. And we're continuing to do that because those closest to the suspect are going to hopefully know the most about the suspect and his beliefs and his ideology. On top of that, unfortunately, it has been leaked that there was a Discord chat. And for those unfamiliar with it, it's a gaming chat room online that the suspect participated in. So what we're doing.
Real quick, I just want to stop right there. Everybody here uses Discord, but publicly, this is how gaming gets a negative rap, because Discord is used by a lot of people. It's not just a gaming outlet. Now, it started as that, but over time it has morphed into something bigger than that. So Discord gets the label of it's a gaming chat room. And we all understand that it's not, because, in gaming, why would there be 20 people talking about, taking out Charlie Kirk in it if it was all about gaming, right? So let's go and continue here for a second.
We've already done is sort of legal process, not just on Discord, so that the information we gathered is sustained and held in a evidentiary posture that we could use in prosecution should it be decided to do so. And we're also going to be investigating anyone and everyone involved in that Discord chat.
Okay, very good. I see the public reports that the Discord thread had as many as 20 additional users. It sounds like you're trying to run down all of that to see if that's accurate, who else may have been on that thread, what they may have known. Is that fair to say?
It's a lot more than that. We're running them all down.
It's a lot more than 20?
Yes, sir.
And you're running all of that to ground?
Every single one.
Yeah, fantastic.
So if you were in that group right now, you're probably shitting bricks. I would imagine the FBI is going to be knocking on your door really, really soon. Any thoughts?
Good.
Amen.
Accountability is a thing these days.
I feel that probably, just rule of numbers, there's probably at least one that was there and isn't guilty.
Is the
just
shittiest timing ever.
But that's what I'm
Yeah, right.
saying. There's going to be one who's probably like, oh my God, I didn't know that they were for real. But I think that there are some
It's
other
a funny
ones
pun for
that
real.
But yeah, there's going to be some that absolutely were egging him on, and then are going to try to play no, we were doing the in Minecraft thing that we didn't mean for real, and it's infuriating.
That we've talked about accountability at length, and I've used the analogy of we have an entire generation of youth who have grown up without a grandfather just slapping them on the back of the head, going like, "You're being a fucking idiot right now," or parents wanting to be their friends instead of parents. You see this all the time. We've talked about this at length. I feel like this is going to be a rude awakening for a lot of these people because they've gotten away with just being total fucking trash bag humans for so long that they will immediately feel like they're the victims in a situation like this. Wait, you mean I can't just threaten somebody's life? What I mean, I should have told somebody when we were talking about possibly killing this guy. Well, I should have. Wait, he said that he was going to do something about it, and I should have said something about it. What? And they will want to play the victim in a situation like this, which is honestly, seeing some accountability here warms my heart. I love it. I love it. We saw this yesterday. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Cecil.
I was just going to say, can I just throw in one thing? How was it a year ago? I don't even know it because time just anyway. When the Luigi Mangione thing happened, and a lot of people were coming out and they were celebrating that this guy got killed. I remember, he essentially assassinated in the street, and I remember when that happened, and I felt very odd because a lot of people were cheering on that this guy got killed. Was he a good person? That remains to be seen. I don't know him personally. I know he was the head of the insurance company or the head of the business thing, and this guy killed him because of his business practices, and it screwed over his sister or what have you. And a lot of people were cheering, you need to make CEOs afraid again. And I remember having a really odd feeling in the pit of my stomach going, this isn't an avenue that we want to go down. We don't kill people and then celebrate it. And so I feel like what happened to Charlie is the next evolution of that. It was like, well, we killed this guy and we didn't like him and we celebrated it. And so now there's this guy and we don't like, and we killed him and we're celebrating it. And the fact that they're cheering it on that much more is, again, I'm going to say evil. And if you can't see that as being evil, then you are lost.
The only positive that has come, the only positive is that at least the masks have come off now. That you're aware that there's a group of it, there's a population out there that is championing your death, and that they don't want to find solutions in a peaceful way. It's basically just going to the absolute extreme. That's good that we now know they exist, and then that means hopefully we can come up with a plan on how to deal with that. So it's the one little silver lining here, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
Obey your digital overlords. Watch this video right here that YouTube suggested for you.